Hey guys, Bobby again. I wasn't going to make a guide. Like I was been teetering on it. You guys don't know. I had a baby, so that's why I had to have YouTube videos for a while or stream for a while. Baby came a little early, but she's healthy, strong. She's home now and has no issues. I guess now's a good time to make a guide, uh, based on what I feel works in the meta. I use. I have 3 Shadow Priests now. If you guys know, I have a lot of Shadow Priests. I got all of them. Some decent rating. This guy is 2,500 in solo, 24 in threes, and I've actually been scaling in twos a lot. So like just to give you guys a look at my recent games, this is my 2v2s, 22-35. Kind of like how our track record is on. I mean, look at all these wins in a row. Just look at these. And I'll be showing you guys the build that I've been running. Here's my threes. We're on a 7-8 game win streak in threes. Our last solo was a 6-0 and a 5-1. 5-1, 4-2, 3-3, 5-1, 6-0. So the builds worked for me. What I'm running works for me. And you guys can change it how you wish. I'll give you guys, like I always do, a couple of variations, but what I normally run. So just to start off, we'll go ahead and start the tree, which I will link down below. This is what my base priest side of the tree looks like here on the left. I generally don't change the priest side all that much, realistically, but there are situations where I will change it. But I generally keep this side the same. Sometimes I will drop, let's say, improved flash heal versus comps that have a high MS and my heal won't mean anything, to maybe body and soul for an extra sprint if I'm playing with a paladin, so I can just zoom around like a NASCAR race car. Move with grace if I need to get my healer out of CC, let's say jungle, right? RMP, stuff like that. And then Purify Disease against other Shadow Priests and versus DKs to help that spread dot damage go down. Those are the only things I generally change. I don't change hardly anything else. Even after the nerf to Angel's Mercy, it's still a really big heal. It's already a low CD to begin with, so any lower is better. Again, that's just what I use, right? Go ahead and audio. I don't want to have you guys hear background noise. And then as for my shadow side, I got rid of Psychic Link. I think most Shadow Priests got rid of Psychic Link, just because 15% is pretty much negligible. I was able to just swap around some talents. I like to play burstier talents more than pad, because of the comps that I play. Either I'm playing Shadow Play, we already have pad. We want to do swaps and one-shot people, especially with the Holy Pally meta. With sacrifices, you can just swap and do big damage onto them. And also Holy Pally, spells on your dots are huge. Holy Priest, Fade dispels, and your dots are huge. So padding isn't that strong. That being said, I run 2-set, not 4-set. I do have on all my other Shadow Priests I actually have Spore Cloak. But on my main here I don't have the pants yet. I need to get that. Oh, actually I can buy right now. Look, you guys can witness me change on stream. So let's go ahead and buy the pants. Oh, this is what I'm doing here, right? So I'm putting the temporal spell thread for the extra mana intellect, and I change that from my Legions of Possibility. Now, if it's a comp that's not going me hardly ever, then I'll drop Spore Cloak for regular cloak and put these pants on. But generally speaking, this is what I run on most of my Shadow Priest. So Spore Cloak as my second embellishment, and precog on I have ring, my ring here. So yeah, you guys can see that. All right, that being said, like I was saying, I like to be burstier in my comps. So I run the Mental Decay for the stronger mind spike. I run Dark Ascension still, same build as before, even after Mind Trauma nerf. It just seems to be the best still. And I did decide to drop Screams of the Void because of the fact that, again, your dots get kind of spelled pretty easily and you're not padding as much. And without having Psychic Link, when you pop Screams of the Void, hitting everybody, using your procs and your catharsis on people, you're not really doing as much spread pressure, so single target seems to be, in my opinion, better. So I'm running Mastermind, which gives me 8% more chance to crit. Especially, I've gotten some 100k death speakers, which is pretty nice. But mainly, it's for the mind spikes, the big, juicy, 40% increased crit damage mind spike. So if you were to got a regular crit mind spike before this, you would have got a big mind spike, right? This one, I've gotten up to 120, 130k mind spike. So again, you're playing a comp that you can spam damage. This just adds up more than the others. And of course, I'm still running Ire. The reason I run Ire is it's very easy to actually CC the current healers in the meta, right? Like you beta fade on a Holy Priest, and then you can stun, do your go, can't dispel. Allies have essentially nothing to get out of your CC, so you just stun them, send the go. They can't stop it. That also just means you got to make sure you are planning your goes, your DPs effectively. So this is kind of what I'm running here. I've never ran the Apparition build. I tried N'Zoth for a while, doesn't feel strong. So Mastermind and Ire for my burst is what I'm using here. Again, I just feel it's stronger and you get more pressure. I dropped a Sword of Reality for Mind's Eye because with Mind Spike you want more Mind Spike Insanities, which means you need more Devouring Plagues. So the faster you can get them up, better. It's not about how long. Back, the other earlier builds, Apparitions were based on your plague and all that, so not quite worrying about that as much. So this is what I'm running. This is what I've been running in all these games here. My solos. Again, my 2v2 track record is insane. I do play with a healer. I play generally with Markers, my homeboy, all his different healers. So we've done all different healers, right? So we've done Paladin down here. So Holy Pally Shadow Priest. Went on a 17 game win streak here. Then we tried his Druid. Druid works still. I mean, look at all these wins. And then lately we've been doing double Shadow Priest, Church Cleave, and we're up to almost 2300 MMR on all my Shadow Priests. Right? We played all these comps on all 3 of my Shadow Priests, and all of them are up there in MMR. So it does work. It's 2140, so it does work. As for PvP talents, what I run is generally Catharsis all the time, Mind Trauma all the time. I do change out based on if I'm gonna cast at all. Right? If I'm gonna cast at all, or I can't cast at all, sorry, then I'll change out my trauma. Siphon's optional. I always run Phase Shift a lot of the time. If I'm playing God Comp or S Play and I know they're not going me, I run Siphon instead. Especially with the change to the Cyclone slower, so you Phase shifting Cyclones good and all, but you can always just hug a pillar easier now. But yeah, I mean, I still will run it. I run Absolute Faith and Phase Shift with Rip talent into DK Augmentation, DK Devastation, and into RMP. Like my RMP / like cheesy one-shot go players, this is what I run into that. If I'm playing into a jungle and I know and like they're just not letting me cast at all, or an RMP and I can't cast at all, I go into Void Eruption, drop Mind Spike, I get Idle N'Zoth here, and this is just to pad them out, right? They're gonna run line of sight. When they're trying to line of sight, you can Mind Flame Insanity, Mind Spike, might not go off in time, Mind Flame Insanity, goes through pillars. So I run just they're gonna run for me, pad it up, right? You can drop Ire as well if you want to do more pad and do something along the line of I don't even know. Guess get in City Auspicious Spirits, and what else would I technically put it in? Maybe a Mind Bender. I don't even know. This is kind of just what I run when I'm fighting in the RMP. Essentially, so it's up to you guys. You could drop the Mental Decay and the Ire and get more Apparition builds. Void Eruption, but generally if you're not going to cast, run Void Eruption, get the Void Eruptions off, stuff alive, right? So those are the different builds that I run into different things. I also will say I do lately also run Void Volley into like TSG, Turbo, where I'm not getting to get value out of Siphon if they're going me, and obviously you'd know if they go you if it's like your second round, or if you're playing like WPS or RPS or Feral Priest, you know they're gonna go you, right? So a lot of the time I'll run the Void Volley into melee cleaves. Siphon's not as strong, but you already still have an MS. Phase Shift isn't as strong, So I do run different talents. Avoid volley has got me quite a bit of clutch kills in solo and threes. So just something to think about, guys. But I think that's about it. I don't really have much more to go over. I've had enough Shadow Priest guides for you guys to know what I normally run, or what to run. But I will say, talent-wise, haste verse all the way, haste verse gems, perfect devotion on your weapon for enchant. I'm running wicking stats for my chest just because the extra mana after you get the legs doesn't. I don't think you can even get an extra heal or dispel out. So this is just for that one extra. And yeah, so waking stats there. I recommend Sport Cloak for you newer Shadow Priest to kind of stay alive. It pairs really, really well with Bulwark. I wonder if I can show you guys actually combat here. If this guy will proc a Bulwark with my Sport Cloak. Even PvP combat, just so you guys can see. There, let's see. Huge shield, so see, look at that shield. Freaking ginormous. 125k, 134k. A ginormous shield. A lot of time you can keep yourself alive with just Desperate Prayer. You know you're about to get bursted, you Desperate Prayer. Burst comes in, you get a giant shield. Your healer can save cooldowns. I think it's really nice in the burst comps, especially how spiky it is. My ring, I have the Titanic Insight and the Corrupted Gladiator, or not Corrupted, Obsidian Gladiators. I don't know where my mind went to BFA all of a sudden, but I know some people are running double crafted. You can run the other crafted ring as well for the better secondary stats if you wish. I just haven't gotten around to it. As you guys just saw, I just got my Sport Cloak on this character. But yeah, 2 set. I have my hands and my shoulders for the 2 set. I think those are the best. For stat wise, I'm running Dignity of Alacrity. If you're fighting against a comp that only has stuns for their setup, you can run double trinket. If you're running into other CC base like Boomkins and stuff, I always run trinket even on human, because if you need to get a trinket swap off, you're running double trinket and you're in a cyclone and they're killing your teammate, you're not getting it. So that's what I run. And that's it. I think I finished everything. Gear wise, I said haste first. You guys are good there. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and feel free to let me know what you guys might be thinking. You guys have any ideas? I've been trying to put out kind of different forms of content the last week or so. So let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. It goes a long way, and I hope this helps you guys. I hope this works for y'all. Like I said, I showed you guys my statistic breakdown on my reflex. We're crushing it, and we're back now, right? We're back to playing the game, making content, streaming. You know, had the baby girl and she's healthy, so everybody come say hi. You guys can check her out, twitch.tv/aphobiagaming. And yeah, next time.